If you have a big vision for what you want for your life, or you have a desire that seems kind of far off from you right now, where you are right now, when you think about it, it just seems like impossible to achieve, then manifesting in steps might be helpful for you. Basically, what manifesting in steps is instead of starting at level 10 of your end desire, exactly what you want, then we can bring it down to step number 1. What is the first step that would happen on the journey to you realizing the full desire? For example, if you want to completely transform your body and you have an image in your mind of the ideal body type that you would be, the appearance that you would have, the hair you would have, the face shape, the body size, the weight, anything that has to do with your ideal exact body type, but maybe thinking of that image seems very far off from where you are now, so it's like, I don't know if I could just jump to thinking of the end right now. So what you do is instead you focus on just one aspect, like maybe just focusing on manifesting a chiseled jawline or a smaller waist or whatever it is. It's just breaking it down into smaller steps rather than the absolute end result. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rahaza, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here on the channel. If you're wanting more personalized support from me, then I just reopened the application for my private one-on-one coaching mentorship. I also just wrote a mini book called Becoming a State Shifter, which I've been getting such beautiful, amazing feedback on so far, which I'm so grateful for. So if you'd like to check that out as well, learn more information on that, all of that and more can be found both in the description and www.rahaza.com. Now, let's get back to the video. So manifesting in steps. Manifesting in steps, I personally think that manifesting in steps can be really, really helpful because what it does is you're starting off smaller. It's more believable to your subconscious mind. So when you do impress upon your subconscious mind through persisting in that new story over and over again until that step finally comes into fruition, that strengthens your belief in manifestation. Over time, the more steps that you have successfully manifest, you strengthen your belief in manifestation. And when your belief is strengthened in manifestation in general, you know how powerful you are because you have so many successes, because it's a little bit easier to get there, especially if you're a beginner, which we'll talk about. Once your belief in manifestation is solidified, then eventually at some point you may not need to even manifest in steps anymore because you believe so deeply in the power that you hold as the creator of your reality. And it's not like this whole process of getting yourself to manifest your desires, because you now instantly believe in the process of manifestation, in your personal power to manifest whatever you desire. But manifesting in steps helps you to get to that point. So this is why I really recommend it for a lot of people. Now, no, it's not 100% necessary that you need to manifest in steps. A lot of people will just jump right to the end and they'll persist until they get their desire. And that works. It will work if you continue to persist. You cut the wavering to a very minimum, and you just continue until your manifestation shows up. That is possible, and that is a lot of people's experience. For me, I sometimes manifest in steps and I sometimes don't. It depends on the desire, and it depends on how much resistance I have to that desire. So if I have a desire and there's like a lot of resistance between me and that thing, and I feel like it's kind of impossible, I can't really get my conscious mind on board with it just yet, I might break it down, and just start with what is a step that would get me there? And then because you've broken down your manifestation into steps, it's easier for your subconscious mind to believe that this is a potential reality. Therefore, it can come faster. And when it comes into your life, you're gonna be like, holy shit, I'm a magician. And that strengthens your belief in the process of manifestation, thus creating your manifestations to come quicker because you don't need to put as much effort into believing because you've broken it down to a level that you can believe it. Now, again, this isn't to create any limitations, like you have to break it down into steps. You can absolutely just jump right to the end and persist in the end and receive your desire. The only thing is it might take a little bit longer to get yourself to believe if it seems so far off. It might though, it might not. It might not. It really depends on a few factors. Now, manifesting in steps is really beneficial for you if, number one, you're a beginner, you're just starting out in manifestations, you're new to this whole world, or number two, maybe you don't believe that that particular manifestation is really possible, or it just seems far off, or if you have a lot of resistance or contradictory conscious thoughts. And number three is it would be helpful to you if you've had some quote unquote failures with manifestation in the past and you kind of got beaten down. You don't fully trust yourself or believe in your power because maybe you've had some failed manifestations in the past. If any of these three are you, then manifesting in steps might be really helpful for you. Now, Neville Goddard says that failure can only come if number one, you don't persist, or number two, if you do persist, then it's because you haven't felt the naturalness of your desire yet. Neville says that when you feel the naturalness of your desire, like my desire is just natural, it's here, it's already impressed in your subconscious as if it's already a reality, you've brought your imagination so on board with your desire that you feel like it's here, then there's no resistance, it feels natural, and then he says it's a matter of time before your manifestation comes into your life. How do you feel like it's natural? By persisting, by using our imagination. And another thing that we can help us to make it feel natural is to break it down so that it's easier and quicker for our subconscious mind to accept it as natural. If it's such a far off desire, it can still happen, but it just might take a little longer for you to feel its naturalness. So when I'm manifesting in steps, what I'll do is I'll have my conscious mind affirming in for the steps, but I'll still have my consciousness on the bigger vision. Like I still know my bigger vision. I'm still affirming from my bigger vision. It's not like I neglect the bigger vision, but I'm also breaking it down into the steps that would get me to that ultimate vision so that, because I know that it's easier for my subconscious mind to accept it. And therefore it happens quicker. I start to see the movement and I'm like, all right, bet, I already manifested this, like half of the desire or a quarter of the desire, whatever. And because I did this, I know I can do it. I know my power. I know the power of manifestation. I know my desire exists in consciousness, in the consciousness realm, in the higher dimensional realities, the 5D, whatever you want to call it, the world of imagination. It exists on an infinite potential timeline there. All I need to do is bring it down to reality. The way I do that is by feeling the naturalness of it. The way I feel the naturalness of it is by persisting in the affirmations or the thoughts or the visualizations or whatever method that you use to push it into your mind. You got to consistently do that. Also, when it's broken into steps, you might feel more lighthearted about it. You might feel like, oh, this is easy. I can do this easily. That's why when a lot of people have like less resistance to things, they just get it easily. They're able to just declare it, say it, feel as if, and then kind of let it go, because they know it's already here. And those are the best manifestations, because you're lighthearted about it. You just feel like open to receiving, and then it just flows into your life easily. It's when we have so much resistance. It's when we feel I am separate from this thing. Like I'm over here, little old me, and then my desire is on like level 100. We need to bring it down to our level. And if it's hard to bring it down to our level, break it down and bring the lower part of that manifestation into our level. Do what you gotta do to catch the feeling of your desire being here. Truth is, you really just need to affirm for it over and over again. Use your conscious mind to impress your subconscious mind, and don't waver. If a contradictory thought comes up, redirect it to the life you want to experience. Oh no, that's not my reality. I declared this is my reality. So continue to persist in that until it shows up in your reality. By affirming, it seeps into your subconscious. That's what gets you to feel it real. And when you feel it real, it's bound to show up in your reality. Now, manifesting in steps is also helpful because we're working with our brains in the change process. It's not necessarily, don't want to create limitations, depends on the desire, depends on, a lot of factors, but it's not always the easiest thing to impress on our subconscious mind. And that's why breaking it down into steps really can be helpful. So keep your focus on both, the step that you're on, like what is the next step, the first thing that will happen if you were to realize your ultimate desire. First focus on that, but keep your mind, keep your consciousness on the expanded vision at the same time, because your higher self is going to create a bridge of incidents that are going to inevitably get you to your end result. So to wrap it up, no, it's not necessary. You're going to get your desire no matter what if you continue to persist, you continue to redirect your thoughts and not waver completely off of your desire, and you just keep going, keep holding the faith that your desire is going to manifest itself. And you're not going back and forth, up and down, maybe this, maybe not, maybe the desire won't come. If you just stop the mental chatter and you keep your focus on your desire, you keep affirming it consciously, it's only a matter of time before it seeps into your subconscious mind. When you get to that point where you're like, I feel like this is my life. I feel like this is my, even though I don't see it in the 3D, mentally, in my consciousness, in my imagination, I'm there. And when you get to that point, you're golden. That's the point we want to be on. Okay? And it just is a little easier to get there when it's in steps. But once again, doesn't have to be. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay? That's all for me in this video, guys. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, please leave it a like and a comment down below, letting me know what was the most valuable thing you got out of this video. Hit that subscribe button for new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.